you are helping us make informed decisions going forward, and I really appreciate your time. I would like to make a motion to not pursue any citywide blanket policy regarding smoke litigation or nuisance ordinances, but rather to have our staff take this information, have 311 start to track the complaints that we do receive. Hopefully these are isolated incidents. I know the ones that have been before us, as Chair Houston said, one business has moved and the other is involved in litigation. So hopefully that's the end of the bad neighbors that we're dealing with. But if this does continue to be a problem going forward, we will at least have the information that we need in order to track where the problems are and to take necessary action then. It is also really good to know that Councilmember Renteria has made some progress with the contact teams and to know that there is more of even more local option for some of these neighborhoods to control what is and isn't permitted in their own communities. So my motion is just to not take any citywide action on barbecue smoke at this time, but to continue monitoring the process going forward and collect information on any continuing businesses.
Is there a second? It's been moved and seconded that there be no citywide smoke ordinance generated, and that we will continue to collect data. The staff will be asked to go out back and make sure that we do have those data points available so that people can call in and we will refer them. And so we'll have that information if we should come up again. Are you ready for the question?
I just want to make a couple of comments.
Okay.
I do think that moving forward to citywide policy is not prudent at this now. I feel like the problem in essence resolved itself. Hasn't obviously with the lawsuit that's in effect, but going forward, there's a couple of ways we could. Councilmember Renteria can bring forward a different IFC with a different policy. It sounds like it's turned more into 311's efforts and how they take calls and report those nuisance efforts. So that's always a policy issue that can be brought forward through an IFC. So I think I don't think it's necessary to move forward with a citywide policy on smoke emissions.
And for those of you who may not know, that's item from council. IFC, item from council. Mayor Pro Tem Togo.
Yeah, I appreciate the conversation as well and the stakeholder participation. I would say I'm happy to support the motion today, not to move forward with a citywide ordinance. I will say that I do not want to see communities in a position of having to take things through the legal system if it's a nuisance that the city should be regulating. So I certainly leave it open to consideration that there may be an opportunity, there may be a need to come back and revisit this issue and see if we need to tweak our city's nuisance ordinance to provide citizens some relief from situations where the only path of responsiveness, it sounds like, is through a state agency, and it's not very clear what that process looks like at this point. So I look forward to working with our staff and perhaps directly with TCQ to get a better understanding of how an ordinary prospect would go through that process of getting some relief for a repeated smoke situation, and seeing if that's a workable process and one that we can expect regular Austinites to be able to navigate, or whether there is a need for potential city action. But I certainly agree with all of those of you who are confident that a citywide ordinance, blanket citywide ordinance regarding smoke emissions would in essence place an undue burden on all of our restaurants, the huge majority of which are complying and being good neighbors. So I'm happy to support this today.
I'll be supportive of this ordinance, and I will call the question. All in favor, let it be known by raising your left hand. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you so much for all of your work. You all have been faithful. The community has been here. We've had big